Flushing Trudeau, Canada's ultimate relief. If that were only the case, the way Trudeau stepped down may cause even more problems between Canada and the United States. Ladies and gents, welcome back. While it is good news that Trudeau has tendered his resignation, it's not really great news the way he did it. Well, let's just get right into it. This is the speech that he gave yesterday. I know a lot of people were excited about the fact that he said he's stepping down. Before he said he was stepping down, he said this.
I advised the Governor-General that we need a new session of Parliament. She has granted this request, and the House will now be prorogued until March 24th.
Ooh, prorogued until March 24th. Hold on a second. We have a lot of stuff to do with trade negotiations, and that might not go well. Before we get into that, let's look at some of this other stuff. Sit down for this, says Table Salt on X. The Trudeau government funded the government until March 31st on their last day sitting before Christmas break. They knew that they were going to prorogue. They knew they weren't coming back until late March. Holy cow. This is news. Yeah, that's right. And we're talking about the government that was at a standstill. They were able to ram this through. Now, Community Notes is saying this is a routine spending bill and it's done at the end of the supply cycle, blah, blah, blah. It's actually done later, usually from what I've been reading. But Table Salt also replying on this one saying they rammed it through in 7 days. They rammed it through, though, in 7 days. The farmers' carbon tax assistance sat in the Senate for 18 months. This was something that they panicked to get through because they knew that at a point, the government wouldn't be funded for a number of the things if they were to prorogue. This is the point being made here. They actually got royal assent and Senate third reading done in 1 day. And if this is normal practice to fund the government one business day before the money runs out, then everyone needs to be fired. Everyone. I think they all need to be fired, period. But it was the fourth of 4 spending bills. The other 3 were already passed. This one meant we could get on till March 30th. That was the whole point. And there wasn't an end to the fiscal year. It was the end of the calendar year. The end of the fiscal year is at the end of March. Hence that bill. This is what was going on here. Now, Marc Nixon putting this one out there saying Justin Trudeau's biggest mistake in 9 years, proroguing Parliament. When Trump imposes a 25% tariff, we will be paralyzed with no government to respond. That's right. There will be no parliament. That's it. But here's the kicker. This is part of this is Justin Trudeau will actually have the power to do trade negotiations unilaterally by himself as the power of the executive without parliament. Oh boy, this is what we're stepping into. The Liberals will be wiped out, reduced to 0 seats, and the party itself could collapse. Justin Trudeau just signed their death warrant. Yeah, because this is going to be the legacy that's going to be remembered. As they're going through party negotiations, a party election to choose their new leader, Justin Trudeau is going to be the only one talking with Donald Trump. Let's maybe we should start a campaign to just get Poilievre to go down to Mar-a-Lago and just go talk to Trump, because why are we even dealing with this lame duck? Lame duck has been pointed out by Brian Lilley. The selfish actions of Justin Trudeau have left Canada without an effective government. In fact, it could be 6 months before we have an effective government with a real mandate. All while Trump threatens tariffs. Couldn't come at a worse time at all. Here's Donald Trump on True Social saying many people in Canada love being the 51st state. Just ribbing even further. The United States can no longer suffer the massive trade deficits and subsidies that Canada needs to stay afloat. Justin Trudeau knew this and resigned. If Canada merged with the U.S., there would be no tariffs, no taxes, or taxes would go way down, and they would be totally secure from the threat of the Russian and Chinese ships that are constantly surrounding them together, a great nation it would be. I mean, some people taking this seriously, others looking at it in the realistic sense that it is. Canada, get your stuff together, get a new leader, get a proper election going. What is this? Why are we sitting doing party leadership stuff for the next 4 months? This is not going to be good, as pointed out by Brian Lilley here, saying this is why I'm furious with Justin Trudeau and why every Canadian should be as well.
And we've seen Trump taunting Trudeau for the last little while because he knows that Trudeau was mocking him, attacking him, using him as a weapon for the last 2 years.
That's right.
And he's now giving it back in kind. Why? Because he knows Trudeau is weak. He knows that Trudeau was effectively a lame duck prime minister. Now he's absolutely a lame duck prime minister. And that's who is going to negotiate on Canada's behalf with Donald Trump, as a guy who Trump knows isn't going to be in power. Do you think Trump's really going to treat us fairly in that situation? Pierre Poilievre can't do anything. Premiers can do very little. The prime minister needs to do it. And we have a prime minister who's been absent for the last 3 weeks plus since Chrystia Freeland resigned. We've got a prime minister who is not respected by the guy who will be sworn in 2 weeks as president of the United States. And you can hate Donald Trump as much as you want. It doesn't matter what you think about him. He will be leader of the United States. Our economy relies on the United States. And so Trump's already reacted to Trudeau's resignation and calling for Canada to become the 51st state again and all of those
jokes,
same taunts. We're in a horrible situation, all because Justin Trudeau couldn't read the writing on the wall as long ago, as recently as a year ago. He saw that his party was 15 to 20 points back. He could have left then. He could have left in June. He could have called an election, knowing that Trump was going to win. He could have called an election after Trump won in November. He did none of that. He was just looking out for himself.
Absolutely. He was looking out for himself, because this is where we are. He was looking out for himself. He was not looking out for his Liberal Party, as he says, as he's jumping out of the ship to save himself and let the Liberal Party burn. But this is where it was laid out in the constitution of the Liberal Party. And it's a good thing that we have this, because we can read up on it. Marty up north has been reading about it. I'm just reading the Liberal Party's constitution. They have a few problems to deal with quickly before their constitution stipulates that their leadership review has to be at least 90 days. Right now, Parliament is prorogued for 77 days. Wow. So they need 90 days to do this. This section is interesting. 45 leadership contestants. To be eligible for leader, a person must be a registered Liberal, must be eligible to be a candidate in an election of a member to serve in the House of Commons under the Canada Elections Act, and C, deliver the national president at least 90 days before the day of the leadership vote, a written nomination which may be in one or more counterparts, signed by at least 300 registered Liberals, including at least 100 registered Liberals of the party from each of 3 different provinces or territories. If Carney thinks is thinking of running, he would have had to show a real intention long ago. It looks like he's probably out of that leadership race. Who knows who's gonna get in? A lot of people are calling for Mark Garretson to be the leader, but that's for another video altogether. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this. What are we gonna do moving forward if the only person between the entire nation of Canada and Trump and his tariffs moving forward is Justin Trudeau? I thought he resigned. No, he's the only guy in charge during this time of crisis for this country. Let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.